YouTube, what's up? It's Scrappy Locs. I'm back again for another video. Today's video is a topic that I'm a little passionate about. So if I seem like I'm, upset, it's not that I'm upset, but when I'm passionate, I really like to, get it out there. So today's video, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind. Jeremy Lin and, him having Locs and cultural appropriation. All right. I want to preface this video by saying, first and foremost, leave me your opinions down in the comments below. I'd love to see what everybody thinks. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for posting this video. It's fine. I don't care. I'm probably not even gonna, clap back at these people who are gonna hate on me for this because it's just not worth my time. But I want to post this video because I think that it's something that needs to be said and something that's really important for our culture. And if you're a fellow YouTuber, I challenge you, if you see this, to talk about it on your YouTube channel. Make a video about it on your YouTube channel and get your subscribers and your commenters thinking about this as well, because it's something that needs to be addressed throughout the community. So Jeremy Lin, he gets Locs, point guard for the Brooklyn Nets, gets Locs. He's Chinese American, gets Locs. What's the problem? I don't understand why there's so many people throwing shade all over the internet right now. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people are hypocrites, because the same people that, they want to indulge in Asian culture, period, then turn around, oh, it's cultural appropriation if you wear dreads though, So that doesn't make no sense to me. Because if you want to say that, then, anything. I know that it's Chinese and Japanese are two different things, all right? Don't hit my comments with that nonsense, all right? But I'm saying, if you read, mangas, if you, like to watch anime shows, if you like to do that kind of stuff, then, they could say, oh, that's cultural appropriation. You can't, you can't do that because you're not Chinese, you're not Japanese, you're not Asian, so you don't get to enjoy that kind of stuff. See, anytime, what I'm getting to is anytime we draw lines where we say, oh, because you're this, because you're white, because you're half black, because you're black, because you're Asian, Native American, whatever, blue, purple, green, whatever, you can't do this, otherwise it's a cultural appropriation. We segment our society, we segment our own culture to where everybody has to walk on eggshells. We have to be afraid we're going to offend somebody. You know what? Fuck offending people. I don't care. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be even about that. You live your life because you want to live it and because you want to do things, so you do them. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what everybody else thinks, right? So Jeremy Lin getting Locs, I think it's good for the culture. The reason why I think it's good for the culture is because it's bringing it to the mainstream, right? Because when they see a young black man with dreads, a young black man with Locs, it's just another young black man with Locs. When they see, a young man in general with Locs, it's just another young man with Locs. He probably don't wash his hair. He's probably nasty. He's probably gangbanging. He's probably doing a bunch of stupid stuff, right? When in reality, as I've come to learn, a lot of our culture ain't like that. In fact, it's a very small segment of our culture that gets to be pumped up in the media constantly that is like that. The rest of us are normal people that have locked hair, right? We're all enjoying our lock journeys, right? So when you say things like, it's bad for the culture for Jeremy Lin to have Locs, I challenge you. Why? Why is it bad for the culture for Jeremy Lin to have Locs? Why is it bad for white people to have Locs? Why is it bad for anybody to have Locs? Because naturally, everybody's hair locks up, right? So why would it therefore be bad for him to have Locs? Is it because he's a basketball player, so therefore he's not allowed? Again, what is the point here? What are we making a point of? Anytime we start saying that people can't do things because of their, who they are, we just divide ourselves. We're supposed to come together as a Loc community and accept each other and, encourage each other in our Loc journeys. And I see a lot of people, always spouting out those messages, but then they're the same people that turn around and want to condemn people for getting Locs because they're not of the culture. You know what I'm saying? It's not cultural appropriation. Anybody can get Locs. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all get on here, anybody can get Locs, but then get pissed off when somebody gets Locs. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's hilarious to me. Which one is it? Can everybody get Locs? Is everybody allowed to get Locs? Or is it that only certain people that you like that are going to fit your narrative are allowed to get Locs? You know what I mean? We need to think about that. As a culture, because that's what we call ourselves. We call ourselves a Loc culture, the Loc family, the Loc community, right? So as a culture, we have to determine whether or not we're going to be the type of people who are going to say, it's open. It's an open door. Everybody can come and enjoy, and drink of the fruits of the culture. Or are we going to say, no, it's a closed community where only certain types of people are allowed in. And if you're not that certain type of person, then you're an outcast. You don't get to be part of our community. Because I guarantee you what happens is if we close off our culture to a whole group of people, you know, who want to be a part and want to be included, right? They're just going to start their own community, okay? And then what happens is we get parasitic on each other, right? So their culture, you know, we don't think they have the right to exist. They don't think we have the right to exist, you know, so on and so forth. So what is it? All right, can everybody have locks? Or is it that you guys don't like when certain people get locks, you know? And why? Why does it matter? It's his hair, it's his head, yo, it's his crown. Like, leave the man alone, you know? Because you get nitpicky like that, and then what is it next? You know, oh, freeformers aren't the true lockers, it's only twists. Oh, twists don't get to be locked. You don't get to call themselves having locks because, you know, they got twists. And, you know, oh, crochet is not real locks, it's just crochet. You know what I mean? Come on, y'all. Come on, let's not be childish. Let's just get back to, you know, pouring some love on each other, accepting each other for who we are, and encouraging each other in our lock journeys, you know, to come together. Because that's what was so good about this community. When I first stepped on the YouTube platform and take my first video, I was scared to death that people were going to make fun of me for being, you know, half white, because my mother is partially white, and getting on here and saying, oh, you don't get to have locks because of that. You know what I mean? Because I know when I was in high school, in the time that I was coming up and in high school, people said stuff like that. You know, so it discouraged me from being able to do that type of stuff, you know, and enjoy the fruits of the black culture. Okay, but just because somebody isn't necessarily, you know, the prototype, the you know, the typical, you know, whatever of your culture, doesn't mean that you shouldn't accept them in. You know what I mean? I grew up around people of all cultures. Vegas is a melting pot, so maybe that's why I have a different view on things. And I think that, you know, for me, anybody should be accepted into the culture. Now, the only time we should be throwing people out is if they're, you know, acting to divide us. You know, anytime we sow division among our own ranks, the only thing that we accomplish is we accomplish strife and problems. We create problems for ourselves. You know what I mean? We're going to destroy this community, you know, being the way that we are about this whole situation, right? Because really what it's endemic of is, I seen it when Justin Bieber got locks, you know. You see it when some of these stars get locks. Then suddenly everybody wants to come out, oh, he doesn't have a right to wear the locks. He doesn't have a right to call himself part of the culture. Why? Why? You know, I don't have the answer for that. I don't have the answer as to why people are doing this, you know, other than to say that I think maybe there are some people out here who like the idea of, you know, being in a club, you know, of sorts, you know, in a non-inclusive clique of people that get to have this and get to do that. You know what I mean? And really, it's not conducive to sustaining the lock community, especially on platforms like YouTube. We already see that there are more and more people doing the job and moving on, and I half wonder if some of these people aren't moving on because the community has gotten to a place where we've gotten big enough that not everybody can agree on things, you know, which is never going to happen. Not everybody's going to agree, but we've gotten to a place where people don't want to agree on things. People want to get to where they're separatists. They don't want to, you know, accept, you know, people for who they are and the new people coming. And as locks continue to gain popularity, you know, as this hairstyle continues to become popular among the youth, you're going to see that more people of non-black and of, you know, different racial and ethnic backgrounds are going to want to be included in the culture. All right, I'm going to say something. If you're not full black, if you're not, you know, if you're not just black in general, I welcome you. You know, if for everywhere else, if everybody else, you know, wants to condemn you, I welcome you into the culture. You know what I mean? I welcome all of you guys into the culture, because there's a lot of places here, for whatever reason, like to be real negative. They like to, you know, really kind of shit on people and discourage them from moving with their lock journey. Something that's already hard, even when you have people encouraging you. You know, so I accept everybody. You know what I mean? Of all different styles of locks, of all different ethnic backgrounds, whatever, because that's what's good for the culture. We have to act for what's good for the culture, and what's good for the culture is accepting everybody in and helping everybody and trying your best to be the type of person that you want to see in the culture, right? They say be the change you want to see in the world, be the change you want to see in this culture. Okay? That's it, man. I know I rambled for about 10 minutes. That's it. That's all I got to say. I'm ready for the hate. You know what I mean? Is what it is. But you know, anyways, I love the Loc community. It's the reason why I'm making this video. It's the reason why I'm so passionate about it. Leave me your guys' thoughts below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.